What's up, everybody? Tendo here, and with me I've got Angry Bird Hannah, and we've been thrift shopping today, and we bought a lot of random stuff. And now I know I say all the time that we buy random stuff, but like today, we really bought some random stuff. Check this out. First stop of the day is a Goodwill that is in the south part of Phoenix, and I'm very excited to go here. I haven't been here in a little while. The last few times I've been here, this has been one of those Goodwills that's locked all their games up in a lockbox and hasn't had a ton. I'm hoping that changes today. But once I get to the shelf that does have video games on it, there's not a lot here. There's a couple things immediately that I'm not really sure if I have or not, so I'm considering. There's a copy of Wii Fit. There's, I don't know, some sports games. Really nothing here until the end. There's a Resident Evil game that I for sure don't have because I don't think at this point I have any Xbox 360 Resident Evil games. And then there's another Resident Evil game on the Wii. So I'll at least not leave with nothing. But I'm going to check the rest of the DVD section to make sure there's nothing else. I did spot this Final Fantasy, and I was kind of confused as to what it is because there's no gaming system labeled on the outside. But when you take the sleeve off, it is a PlayStation 2 game inside. And it's an online PlayStation 2 game. Don't have a lot of those. Only have one of those that I can think of. So I'm assuming, maybe correct me if I'm wrong if you know in the comments below, I'm assuming there's no normal gameplay on this disc. This is just the online stuff. Interesting. I'm happy though. I'm happy it's in a cardboard sleeve. I love collecting that stuff. I just kind of wish it did say PlayStation 2 on the outside. So it kind of could set on my shelf for the rest of my PlayStation 2 games, but maybe I'll add it to some shelf with just Final Fantasy stuff or something. There were some Nerf guns here I didn't have, but wasn't really in the mood to Nerf gun shop today. Nerf gun shopping takes a little bit of extra consideration because you really need to do a lot of testing before you buy them because, you know, Nerf guns malfunction quite a bit and sometimes they're just not worth buying. And I'm not feeling that today. I'm wanting to find some video games. Hannah's around here somewhere shopping for clothes. But we pretty much walk into these stores and just split up, go to our own respective sections, and between the two of us, we tend to cover most of the store. I checked out the toys. There's a little limo, some sort of space kit. I don't know what it was, but it was funny. And Hawaiian dude, not seeing a lot. All the bag toys looked pretty well picked over. The next stop is a Goodwill that's right around the corner from the last one. I always go to these two at the same time because they're so close. They're almost comically close. Like, they shouldn't be so close together. I mean, I like that they're close together. It's just strange. It doesn't seem to make sense that they would be. But next is a Looney Tunes game. I was very happy to find this. I don't have a lot of Looney Tunes games, and I know there's some out there, so I like getting my hands on them. There's a lot of random stuff here. There was I should have bought this just because of the case. It's one of those weird cases that I like to collect, but it didn't have artwork on the front. And I usually just stick to the ones that do have artwork on the front, but I don't know. I've never seen that one before. And then there's a lot of random stuff in here, but honestly, there's a surprising amount on this shelf that I already have. Like all those games up there besides the Looney Tunes game, I pretty much have. And then there's a few more games tucked in here. I went through all of it and made sure that I put my eyeballs on everything. But I'm for sure going to leave with this Looney Tunes game, as well as this weird game that I'm just finding, movie game, a super generic Wii title, but it's one I don't have, so I'm going to get it. And I just wanted to point this out because I've been seeing these a lot, these old Mario cartoons on DVD. Honestly, I want to buy them on VHS. I'm sure they have to exist somewhere on VHS, but I really just don't have much interest owning them on DVD. But I have been seeing them a lot lately. So far in the day, I've only bought a few games, nothing especially crazy, and I'm hoping to find something good. And I did spot something pretty quick over here. Do you see those feet? Who is that? That's Sonic. This is that special edition Sonic that sits on top of a almost one-to-one size replication of a Sega Genesis. Like, honestly, from afar, the Sega Genesis looks real. And this gentleman was digging quite furiously through all the stuff on the shelf, and I didn't want to just step on him. But I politely stepped around and grabbed this Sonic before someone else swooped in and grabbed it because I've got to have this. Isn't this beautiful? I was just complaining last video, or maybe the video before last, that my Sega shelf looks kind of sorry and it needs more stuff on it. And asking you shall receive because that's going to take up a nice bit of room on my Sega shelf. It's going to look real pretty behind me in my videos. There was also this Wii stand. You flip it over, it's got a Wii symbol on it. Put your games in it, put your console on it. I already have a couple of those, and I didn't have that one. but I'm not really interested in more because I don't even have them on display in my game room. They're all in my storage unit. Now, let's move on to the last Goodwill of the day. There's some calculators in the box. There was some N64 games that I already had. And then down on the bottom, there was something extra special. Not the Guitar Hero, a Wii Fit U board. Did not know this existed. Did not know this was a thing. And it has a $20 price tag on it, but it's a blue sticker. Those blue stickers are half off right now, so you know what I'm about to buy. But before I mess with that, I'm going to run over to the game section and check them out. Make sure there's no video games that I need. And there were a few things here that I almost considered getting, but I looked at my spreadsheet, and it turns out every single game on this shelf I already own. Let's move on. Tons and tons and tons of clothes in this particular Goodwill. This is one of the larger floor space Goodwills in town, for sure. I mean, there's pretty much 3 sections to it that are all individually as big as some other Goodwills in town. It's just huge, and they always have good stuff. It's pretty secluded on the outside of town, so it's not as closely packed as those last 2 Goodwills was, so more stuff from more area comes to this Goodwill, which makes it one of my favorites. And there was a lot of stuff back here to dig through on these electronic shelves, and this one is always like that. So much stuff comes to this Goodwill that you just got to dig and dig and dig through it. And I'm ready to dig through it, but there were 2 people already digging through it, and there was not enough room for me. So I went back and looked at the furniture, and look at this, an IKEA shelf. And it's pretty cheap. It's cheap because it's missing its shelves, but I need it for my game room. And if you're watching this and you watch all my videos in a row, you'll already know I've already got this bad boy painted, and it's in the game room. It looks great. You'll see it here. Pay attention at the end of the video. When we show you everything that we got, you'll see plenty of yellow shelves behind me, and that's one of them. So when I finally got my chance to dig through all this stuff, there's a lot of third-party controllers, a lot of the usual nonsense that I'm quite used to seeing. But I found something extra special in here, and I'm so glad that I did. This isn't it. This is cool. I'm buying this. It's a Nintendo DS holder. But there's another little treasure buried in all of this stuff, and I can't wait for you to see it. And I'm just stalling right now so that I can find it. I don't really remember how long it took me to find it, but there it is. Oh my God! It's a PlayStation 1 controller still in its original packaging. The packaging is in rough shape, but I don't care. I'm still super happy to see this. I like beside myself because I love my controller collection. I don't have a lot of in-box original controllers, and this is definitely one I'm happy to add to my collection. We left with quite a bit of stuff from this Goodwill. Hannah bought some nonsense you see there on the counter, and I bought the ultimate nonsense, a Wii Fit U board for $10. Super happy about it. Can't wait to get home and open it up. And we also got this big old shelf. Not so obvious, darling. Every time we pick up one of these shelves at the Goodwill, we don't have my van. People working there are like, you're not going to fit that in there? They look at me like I'm crazy. They don't understand how perfectly this IKEA shelf slides right in the back of this car. Video games and clothes. Good ride. All right, guys, we were back in the game room. We hit up 3 thrift shops, and they were good. Like the stuff that I bought today, I know I'm always excited. I'm a very excitable person. I'm always excited about the things that I got. But like today, there are some extra special items. I don't know if you feel that happy about your items, but I feel that happy about my items. But let's start with yours, just in case there's a small chance that you're not as happy about your items as I am mine, and then we can end with like really happy, really happy.
I just feel like mine's just such a weird mixed bag. Like,
I feel like everything we bought was pretty weird today.
I mean, normally I go to the thrift store and I go look for the clothes and I stick in the clothes section, but for some reason I hung out in the home decor department a little too long, and I bought a bowl.
A really big bowl.
Not just any bowl. This is a...
No, let me wrong answers first. This is a 2-bag of popcorn bowl is what this is.
This is a like vintage Pyrex bowl. And I know this because my mom has this same exact bowl, but she has the whole set. And there's like a red bowl, a blue bowl, a Shoot, Mom, in the comments, tell me what the other color bowl is.
So it's just a set of bowls?
It's a set of bowls, but this is the biggest bowl, and we always made cookie dough in this.
So
we
how
always
many?
make chocolate chip cookies.
Hold on, you're going way too fast. How many bowls were in the set?
4, I think.
All right, so 3 to go.
Yeah.
I really wish you would have said 5, so it would have been like, or is it 6? How many stones are on the Infinity Gauntlet? 6, right?
5.
5 or 6. Can't believe I can't think of that. Actually, hey, look, grab that poster.
Shoot, you're right.
Ha! I got it right. It's 6. So basically, what you're saying is that in order to dominate the universe, we have to find the rest of this 5 more bowls. 5 more bowls.
Just 3.
Huh?
I think just 3.
Okay, but this would have been a much better story if it was 6, and we say, okay, 5 more bowls and we rule the universe.
That'd have been a quest.
All right. So what else did you get?
The even more random thing is what's inside the bowl, which is a Batman ice tray.
I didn't even see this. Why did you buy this?
It's so cool. I like it.
We've been together for like, I don't know, the better part of a decade, and we've never had an ice cube tray.
But it's Batman.
But you see one in the thrift store that's Batman symbols, and your brain goes, buy.
Dallas would like that. We should get Batman ice cubes.
Okay.
It was only $1.
Well, it was a good deal.
It was good. But I did get something clothes related. Got some
platform shoes.
90s shoes. So these will go for a pretty penny.
Are these Walmart?
They're Route 66.
Is that Walmart or Kmart? It's one of the two.
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter. They're platform shoes from the 90s. Somebody's going to buy those. All right. So maybe I'm not as excited about the stuff that you got. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. This last thing that I'm going to show you when I get to it, I'm pretty excited about. But let's start with the random. A DS holder. We got some big fans of the DS in the house. Some of you guys that watch, some of the regulars are pretty big DS fans, so you might be happy to see this. Actually, we bought this, and then we stumbled across one almost immediately after in a game store that didn't make the cut on today's episode because we didn't buy nothing. It wasn't really anything new to see. But we saw one in box, and how much was it? Like 30, 40 bucks?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just to hold your DSs. I'm happy with that. I'll, actually, hold on. Let's grab a couple.
Because we got DSs for days.
So I don't know if it'll hold my 3DS, but I guess like DS there, DS there. Let's see if it holds the 3DS. I mean, I'm sure it will. Actually, it's a way better fit.
It's perf.
All right, set that over there. Up next, I got an in-box PlayStation 1 controller. Now, it's in really rough shape, but it's all there. The original paperwork. And as a lot of you who watch know, I've got a really big controller collection, and I don't really think I have anything besides maybe a Wii controller that's complete in-box original. So I'm very happy to have this. I'm going to do a little bit of work to it to kind of bend it back in and bring it back to life a little, but at any rate, it's intact, and it still has its original price tag. It was from KB Toys. Does anybody watching remember KB Toys? Do you?
I do,
yeah. At the mall? Yeah. I remember the last time I saw one. Actually, they were closing down. I was still pretty young. I remember seeing one in a mall in Atlanta, Georgia, and I missed those days. But it was $34.99 way back when. Very happy to find that. And the next, pretty small stack of games, but they're quality. Looney Tunes back in action. I was very happy to see this. I don't have a lot of Looney Tunes games. I've got 1 or 2 on the Wii. But to the best of my knowledge, I don't have any Looney Tunes games on the PlayStation. So, next up, I don't know anything about this game. It's called Movie Games. 20 party blockbusters. And I'm just assuming there's no actual movies involved with this game, but it's just a bunch of, like, genre rip-offs or something. Like a pirate movie game and a spy game. Really random. I'm pretty certain this is a prime candidate for our bad video game series we do here on the channel. So look for that soon, because that's definitely going in. Resident Evil for the Wii. This is the second time this week that I bought a game that I already had. But the one that I have is in terrible, terrible condition and didn't have its manual. This one's complete and it's ready to go. I need to stop buying bad quality games or bad condition games, because I always find them better eventually. And then Resident Evil for the 360. this is kind of funny because right before I left the house, I looked up on my shelf, and I'll show you something. I've got this empty PlayStation 2 box where it came with 3 Resident Evil games, and I just looked at that box before I left today, I swear, and I thought, man, I wish I could find those games. And then I go to the thrift store, and I find not 1, but 2 different Resident Evil games, and neither of them are anywhere close to being the ones that need to go in this box. So, that's that. Alright, the last game that I got, well, I did get one more game after this, but it's not a regular one. So the last regular game that I got, Final Fantasy XI Online. Now, I already don't know a ton about Final Fantasy. I played Final Fantasy X on the PlayStation 2. That's really like the only Final Fantasy I can ever recall having played. So I definitely never made it onto 11. And I'm assuming that was one of the first big ones where they had a lot of online content, and that's what this was. But here's what's funny about this. I find this on the shelf, and nothing about it says PlayStation 1, 2, Xbox, PC. It says nothing. It's just a wrap. And then I pull the stuff out. There's a book, again, that is completely, well, I was going to say not branded, but there's a PlayStation 2 on the back of that. But there's none on the box. Strange. But, in one regular game inside, Final Fantasy 11. No manual on the inside. I don't know if it originally came with one, but there are 2 discs there. And yeah, I was just quite amazed at first that this wasn't labeled PlayStation 2, but I just assumed they probably had this for PC and Xbox as well, and they just wrapped all of them in the same outer skin. I don't know. Unless there's a mysterious PlayStation 2 symbol underneath the sticker, which it does not appear there is, but I get so annoyed at these stickers. You never know what pertinent information they may be hiding. The next thing that I got, I wonder if some of you haven't already noticed it. It's behind Hannah's big head. Do you see it? Do you see it? Hold on. Look at it! You didn't even see this, did you?
I didn't know.
This is probably the coolest thing I bought in a long time. It is missing his nose. Sonic's missing his nose, but I'll just get a little black fuzzball, decorative arts and crafts fuzzball, and put it on there. I'm sure it'll look great. But this is like a perfect approximation of a Sega. And that's what he's standing on.
I saw that sitting over on your shelf. I was like, when did this happen?
Surprise Sonic. Check this out. Oh, but I started the video with it over there because, like, it's just going to be perfect in the background of these videos on my shelves. Matter of fact, let's go put it back. How's that look?
It's right here.
Alright, there's one more thing. And I wouldn't say this next one is a grail item. Actually, I couldn't even joke that it was because I promise you I didn't know this existed until I saw it in the thrift store. Okay? But a little bit of story time first. I found out one day before making a video that I had like 7 copies of Wii Fit back then. And I was like, why do I have 7 copies of Wii Fit? This was not on purpose. Like, I didn't go to the store. I didn't go to the thrift store, the thrift shop, the game store, and buy a copy of Wii Fit, per se. What happened was, I shop at the Goodwill bins a lot, where lots of games without cases and a lot of the throwaway stuff shows up, okay? So, I end up coming home with a lot of extra cases. So I probably bought these extra 6 copies of Wii Fit, thinking, oh, I'll just put some games in these cases that I have that the cases are broken. Great. And then I make a joke on a video, and then a little bit later, I bring home another copy of Wii Fit, and I make a joke, and by this time I have like 10 or 12 copies. And then all of a sudden, I get a P.O. box, and people start mailing me their copies of Wii Fit, and here we are. I am the king of Wii Fit. And then, the last step in the story before today, someone mails me a copy of Wii U Fit. Excuse me? There is a Wii Fit for the Wii U? I was like, okay, so I guess since Nintendo has the highest selling scale of all time, I guess that's in the Guinness Book of World Records, I've been told, the Wii Fit board was the most selling scale of all time. So they're like, well, we've already got all these people that have these boards. Let's just make a version of the game for the Wii U and they can use their boards with it. That's what I thought. That's false. They made another board. There is a Wii Fit U. My brain, my brain didn't know there was Wii Fit U to begin with. Forget the board. And then it finds out there is, and my brain just goes, oh, they didn't make another board. That's dumb. They did.
Is it the exact same board?
You know what's funny? I don't know. And what would be even funnier is if it is different. And I just bought a Wii Fit U box with an original Wii board in it. I mean, as far as I can tell, it looks the exact same. You know what? We've got to get to the bottom of this. Hang out real tight. I've got a regular Wii board. Let's go get it. All right. There is a model number on the bottom of it, so the model numbers are the same. Either they literally just kept making the same thing, or I've been bamboozled.
Or all of America's been bamboozled. They've just been buying the same board.
It looks the exact same.
It does.
All right, so here's a model number, the RVL. All right, let me find it on mine. What is it on yours?
RVL 021.
All right, same. So, I wonder... I mean, look, it is the exact same on the box. Hold that up. These people didn't do anything different. They just, you know what they did? They put it in a box. They added a Tamagotchi. They added a Tamagotchi and said, oh, nobody will notice. It's the exact same. Bamboozled. Here you go. Here's all that really matters. My second copy of Wii Fit U. This is great. I'm glad that we got to the bottom of this together. I had no clue. They legit did not make a new... This is not a Wii U board. You lying piece of plastic. You're just a reg old Wii board packaged with a Tamagotchi. Let's see what the Tamagotchi's for. Keep track of how many calories you burn every day with the all-new Fit Meter. Does that mean you carry it in your pocket and then you come back later?
Look at that guy. He's got on his belt loop.
He's walking around. And you come home, you get on your Wii Fit, and the little me comes on your screen and says, hey, fat ass, you didn't walk 10,000 steps today. You know what? I'm not kidding you. I remember clearly the first time I ever got on a Wii board. Can you say the same?
I think so.
You can remember, you remember the exact...
I don't remember the moment, but I remember the era.
You remember getting on a Wii board. I'm saying I remember the exact moment in time. I'll figure out how to box this later, because I've messed it all up. I remember the exact moment in time that I got on a Wii board for the first time, and I remember it because I was between 17 and 19, but I was probably 18 years old. My girlfriend at the time, her family got the Wii. It was brand new. Then a week later, they got the Wii board. And everyone was weighing themselves. Whenever you first step on it, it's like, it tells your height and stuff, and it makes your me stretch out to kind of match your proportions. And so I put in my height, and I get on it, and it says, at the time, I probably weighed like 265 pounds. And it goes, ooh, you're obese. Of course, I thought it was funny, but, I couldn't help but think, this is Nintendo, and everybody and their mom across the world is getting on this scale, and it's going to tell them they're obese. And also, I was just in my head, I was like, what if it does that to everybody? What if it's sure, everybody can lose some weight, so just skinny people get on it, obese. Fat people get on it, obese. But, I wasn't even chubby then. Look at me now, I'm huge. I weigh, 370 pounds, right? Back then, I didn't have any extra meat on me whatsoever, and it's still, but it was because I was tall. I was even then I was 6'6", right? Yeah, I remember the exact time. It said I was obese.
Emotionally scarred.
Oh my God. Well, guys, now that we've had this therapy session together, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button, please. Also, join our Discord. I might have showed this Wii Fit U board off to the guys over on the Discord, the guys and girls. There's a lot of girls over there, too. They told me I had to buy it. I showed it in the Discord, and I said, hey, guys, should I buy this? And there was 13 yeses. They were like, oh, yes, you can't not buy that. So I bought it, and I'm not looking back. It will be going up here on the shelf just outside of shot and probably not getting used. which I don't think I'll use that one because it's clearly in much better shape than this one. So I'll just use this one because it's the exact same.
Same.
What if we plug it in and it doesn't work with the Wii U?
Maybe.
I mean, I'm sure it will because they're the same. They have the same model number. I'm so mad right now.
Marketing.
I'm so mad. I'm so bamboozled. But yeah, guys, join the Discord. Get a little sneak peek every now and then of the madness that we're out here buying. But leave us a comment below, I guess, and tell us what your favorite thing that we bought today was. I'm hoping everyone says the Wii Fit U board. Probably not. If someone says this ice cube trick, why did you buy this?
I got peer pressured into it. Oops, I broke it.
Maybe leave us a comment. Let us know what your least favorite thing that we bought today was. I don't know. It's all pretty rad. And also, guys, I'm going to say it again. I've already said it once in this video. I've said a lot this video, but I'm going to say this one more time. Hit that like and subscribe button before you go. And hit that bell notification so that when we post these ridiculous videos in the future, you'll get a notification and you can come back and hang out with us then. But until then, guys, we fit out.